Ensuring a nonprofit in Rockford can continue to offer its services to those in need is the goal of its annual fundraiser held Thursday.
Shelter Care hosted its spring luncheon today at the Radisson in Rockford. Leaders say it's the organization's biggest fundraiser each year and helps support two of their core programs. One of them is their supportive housing program that provides various housing options for families experiencing homelessness. The other is the nonprofit's Jubilee Center, which helps those with mental illness suffering from or at risk of being homeless.
Costs have continued to increase and outpace wage growth. It's really easy for families and individuals to fall into homelessness, so our work is really important. I think people recognize that.